What is up, YouTube? What's happening, X? It is Super League time and it is game week 20 and things are getting serious. It is warming up so nicely for the conclusion of the season that the man who has joined me for the second evening in a row, mainly because he's got his own things that he wants to peddle and not for the undying love of the Super League, is not wearing fancy knitwear. Evening, Smuts.
No, mate. I've just been doing some keepy uppies, so I'm warm, I'm limber, and I've just realised the door's open, so I'm definitely waking one of the kids up. I'm going to get in trouble very quickly.
You look like you've had a haircut.
Now you fucking notice.
It's the lack of giant headset.
Yeah, in fairness, yeah, that probably helps a little bit. I'll let you off. This is the penny floater that has steered me well for the last 29 days, as I've got about 75 keepy uppies left to do. So I'm just going to keep doing them throughout the show.
I was going to say, is the plan to have them done by the time this is finished?
Exactly that, mate. Yeah, I won't stay for the whole thing because I will get in trouble.
Okay, well, before we get serious then, because I don't have the banner preloaded up anymore, where can people go to if they'd like to donate anything from 5p to 5?
Good question, and it's one that I should know. justgiving.com/CMO102 smuts, I think.
Just like late limbs, we're well rehearsed and practiced for this.
Yeah. CMO102 smuts. Just check in.
I just seen Dimble's comment. No, this is my hanging from the rafters. Is my hang on. Probably an ungodly sight of my stomach there on camera. Is my Swindon shirt that I got bought for Christmas that was just drying because it's that material that I don't really want it going in the tumble dryer. So it's just been airing for the next time it's worn. There we go.
There's another 7 done.
As for the other part, there isn't technically a new bird to be hanging around. It's a work in progress. What have we got? We've got Dimble here, we've got Ross here, we've got Ian, we've got Paul, we've got Martin, Duggan's here as well. There's no way you're doing more than 3 keepy ups in a row with a penny floater, Smuts. No chance.
Challenge accepted. If I make 4, it means we're going to smash the sloths to bits tonight. He's also seen me play football, so he knows how bad I am.
I've also seen you play football and know how bad you are.
Well,
Can we get four or more?
I need.
1. No. No, we can't see anything. That's just hitting the floor.
That was 11 before
No, it
I kicked
wasn't.
the fucking washing. Before I kicked the washing line.
That was not 11. That was just bouncing off the floor. We could not see a single thing there. You have no evidence that you've just done 11. Dip the camera down a little bit. Here we go.
Kick everything now.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8, I counted
The
there.
problem is, because there's so much around the place, this is the problem I've had. I keep kicking everything.
The big news is that Alex, everyone's favourite Twitter fan,
Excellent.
has found his way to YouTube. He's found his way to YouTube. What else have we got? Didn't know Sue Perkins could do keep-ups.
I've got a broken left toe, Dimble, mate. I didn't
say that's heavier than a penny floater. What else?
I've not been doing the maths here.
Duggan's calling bullshit.
27.
Ian's saying left foot for standing only.
I've got no toenail left on my left big toe. I've broken it that many times since I've returned to football, but it is just for standing up at this point.
Right, he is going to do a few more of these for as long as he can before he gets shouted at by Mrs. S for being loud and Larry and then has to disappear. In the meantime, go to Just Giving if you're able to give anything from 5p to £5. He deserves it for his attempt to... How many keep-ups would you have done in February?
2,000.
2,000 keep-ups. Incredible. What else did I have to say?
The comment has failed to post. Oh, apparently. Well, I tried.
And of course, I know most of you will be aware, but for anyone who's watching online and wants to have your say, of course, this is a democracy. The latest episode of the Wims dropped this morning. There is news of 3 of the 4 proposals for the future of the Super League. And if you go to the Cmsl X page, there is a little poll there guiding us on our journey towards season 16 and beyond. So how many keep-ups you done so far since we've been live in 8 minutes?
I think I've done about 30, I'll say. I've really not been paying a lot
45 to go.
45, would say. Right. I'm just going to keep doing them in the background near whatever game plays next.
Okay. I've had a request for Vikings not to be early, and also Macca has messaged to say he's on transport. I didn't see what the rest of that message said. Could be an issue. Thursday is always London Day, regardless of the company. No worries. We'll just play yours whenever they're Macca. Jesus Christ. I swear to God.
Just kick the wall.
If you wake them kids up, I'm not taking any responsibility for what your wife does to you.
I'm blaming you entirely.
You fucking ain't. We are no, we don't want to start with X-Files Vikings. So let's just go to the top of the list. Yeah, let's get yours out of the way while you're here.
Go for it, Alex. You're in charge.
Sloths. Sloths have reverted back to their version 1 narrow formation. It's pretty much what you'd expect, although Mark Kerr gets another outing. The lack of Matty Holland sees Emil and Penza take the captain's armband. Wayo indeed, Tato.
I reckon it's about 5 left.
The kids fillet table and flamingo keepy ups, says Duggan.
I've sat down.
So
we'll call that 2,000.
Here is the team. No, you've not done 75 in 9.5 minutes. Not even close.
5 at a time. It's a piece of piss.
Yeah, but you haven't done that many.
I don't know a few more.
Listen, don't be one of those guys who starts robbing the charity. That's what I thought. This is the team you picked.
2. 3.
Maresca drops back
Fucking terrible
to partner Vieira. Shut up. Maresca drops back to partner Vieira. Gerard back in as your second most informed player to partner Riquelme, who swaps to left centre mid. Of course, it's Kevin Hoffland suspended for this one. What did you make of Alex when you watched it back, rescuing the point for a tactical decision you wouldn't have made?
Well, you were bang on with the tactical decision I would have made, which is to immediately take off a defender. And instead...
You've altered your mic. We can't hear you anymore.
Can you not? Hang on.
Well, only just. Martin, while you fix that, Martin says charity robbing in the Super League controversial. Duggan says Smuts is Super League's version of Captain Tom. And then Tato followed up with but more of a gimp.
Exactly. I couldn't walk that far even if I tried. Have we done anything yet?
R.I.P. Captain Tom.
Would that make you his daughter, who literally robbed charity?
No, I'm certainly not his daughter. Half-time 0-0 in this huge clash. By the way, because we were too busy faffing with you, we didn't really comment on just how big this game is. I mean, at the start of play, you're in 10th and Sloth's in 8th. Both a win away from really... I mean, you're in the mix, but a win away from really being in the conversation for the playoffs.
Not for very long. It'll be a very quick conversation.
As you're live on stream, we'll go to the away team first. Sloths, who have had more attempts on goal, but you've both had just the one on target. Pass completion, Sloths edging it. Tackles, you are by far the better side, and you're winning it in the air. So definitely winning the physical battle. That looks horrific from a Sloths perspective. Taribo West on a 5, Rivaldo on a 5, also on a yellow card. No real conditional issues.
And having a worldie.
Absolutely rancid performances. So average. Are the Sloths about to fall apart? Martin says, get that Brazilian fraud in the bin. As for yourself, ratings look healthier. 6 is the lowest you've got, but they are for your 3 most attacking players, obviously. 2 players in the book. Conditional wise, no real problems.
Leave it as it is for now. There's no point
Leave it
changing perfectionism.
I don't think I've seen Alf in the chat yet, so we'll give him. Where are we? It says 52 on my clock, so we'll give him.
Alpha said vote confidence as is.
He's appeared. Tato added, and the French fraud, and the Scottish fraud. So 2 votes of confidence from both managers. Let's see who was right to do so.
I think mine was more a vote of indifference.
And there's Ronnie Johnson with his first ever goal. And what a goal it could be as we pause it on the hour. Ronnie Johnson, he's such a stalwart since Alf came in, and he's even chipping in with potentially season-defining goals.
All right, I need my cheering squad. I need my cheerleader. Alex, what are we doing? What should we do here?
And I mean, Duggan's saying Ronnie Johnson genuinely up there for Player of the Year. This must set a record for the most myths on the pitch at once here.
Well, let's bring a couple more on then.
Well, go on then.
No, I'm waiting for my tactical genius.
Right, Alf, let's show yours then.
I'd get Alex on. I think that's a good shout.
1-0 to the mighty Sloths, who, what is their, let's just remind ourselves. So they lost to Fulchester, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
They've lost to Vikings as well.
Yeah. 2 defeats in 13 games is an incredible record for Alf's team here. Losing only to Fulchester and Vikings in that run.
Second, bottom, and top.
Ronnie Johnson taught Erling Haaland how to score, I heard, said Ross. Alex is suggesting that maybe Riquelme comes off.
Me and you are going to have a falling out, Alex.
Rosicky for Enrique is the change for the away side. What are you doing then, Smuts? You've had more than long enough.
Right, let's do something stupid. All right. One at the back. Larson off for Patrick Kluivert.
Where is he? There he is.
I'm not Rocks. He's in the pace he's supposed to be. Swap Kluivert and Santa Cruz, please.
Swap these two round, yeah?
Yeah, so. And then Alex for Chewy.
Yep.
And then Raquelme up next to Alex, please. No, in fact, leave him there. Fuck it. Just bang an arrow on Alex. Sorted. Yeah, that'll do. Fuck it.
Okay, lovely. Duggan's saying, definitely the longest we've ever had to wait. We've ever went in some Super League content without Smut saying he's tired. It's a rollover to next week in the sweepstake, guys. Sorry. And Alex saying, you love him, do you? He never performs for me.
He never performs for me either, but I've spent too much capital on him, so he has to play.
Has to play. Zidane nearly on the score sheet for the away side. That really would cap it off. It's all sloths right now. Zidane again. And Pens are getting involved. Into the final 10 minutes. Yellow card for Johnson.
Well, at the very least.
And there's an equaliser for Patrick Vieira.
I've not even got me. I was about to say, on the plus side, I have got my Swanee Smuts prediction exactly correct until the 83rd fucking minute.
Steve said that the Alf train rolls on just as Vieira scores.
Cheers, Steve. Appreciate that.
So a 1-1, not really doing either side any favours. If anything, it's just infused the rest of the top six in the chasing pack. Although Alf does say, good point.
I was going to say, I'll take that point all day. In form, as you said, only lost 2 in 13 games.
2 in 14 now.
There you go, 2 in 14 games, and I've lost 2 in the last 4. So I would very happily take that point. So that's 2 unbeaten for me as well. For the Unicorns.
I mean, player ratings wise, it looks better for your side. Match stats wise, it looks slightly better for Sloths.
Maresca on an 8 again. What a player.
Okay. Well, an interesting way to start off. You got 5 more keepy ups in you?
5 more and I'm off to bed, mate. I'm really tired. Very, very tired. It's been a long, long day. Very tired.
We're going to LSK versus Northern Burn next. They make one change with Montero coming back in for Mourinho. Everything else remains the same from their 1-0 win over Sancte.
Right, love you lots, everybody. Night.
Right, apparently he's actually going. No, he's watched his game. That's enough for him. Night Smuts. As for LSK, they make a tactical swap. Tristan comes in for Del Piero, who drops to the bench, and Jamie goes to up top. Up Smuts. Take a nap. So, score predictions in the chat, please, for LSK versus Northern Burn. Game 2 of the evening. He's actually gone. Yeah, he has actually gone. I assumed he would have lasted more than 1 game on CoComs, but apparently not. He can't do 2 nights. 0-3 says Tato. That's not going to be the case. 1-3 says Steve. That's still in the offing at the moment, at least. Well, LSK looking decent at this point in time. I miss the good-looking fellow who was just here. Shut up. Alex going 0-2. Not the case. In fact, it was nearly 2-0 for LSK just before the break. But Paolo Maldini's goal separates the sides. 1-0 to the home side. Same amount of attempts on goal. Burn have had 1 extra on target, but failed to convert any of those. Pass completion is similar, with LSK just shading it. LSK winning in all the key performance factors, actually. Very good performance by them. Ian already going as is, no worries, before we've even seen his stats. Barthez, the standout player, as per usual. 7s across the board, with the exception of Stefan Honcho and the incoming Diego Tristan, who are both on 6. As for Northern Bern, Turam is in the book. There is a 5 for the returning Montero. Lots of 6s. Not what you expect to see from Northern Bern at all. But they are seeing plenty of the ball, which does make them dangerous in this second half. No sign of Jamie as of yet, so let's restart the action for the second half. And on the hour, LSK came forward. They've got a set piece when we return to the action. A quick look at the LSK stats here. Kaluzhny has moved up to an 8. He seems shit at kick-ups. Small horse, more excuses. Conditional-wise, nothing really to worry about if you're an LSK fan. Again, no sign of Jamie, so we will move on. Montero's still on a 5. Turam's still the only player on the booking. Still quite a few 6s, but I'm just not at the races at this moment in time. And I believe as well, yeah, I mean, they've got 4 points in the last 2, but at this 2-0 defeat here, they've had a couple of draws. They're not firing on all cylinders heading towards the end of the season, unfortunately for Ian. So maybe there's just a little bit of concern and doubt creeping in. Not in this team, there isn't, as he goes as is. Let's see what transpires in the last 30 minutes of this game. And it's 2-0 to LSK. Diego Tristan with the goal. And they go looking for a third. This really would be a statement by the team sitting bottom of the table. But Roy Keane scores his first ever goal. This game isn't done yet. Bern maybe have one last in them. Although it's all being played by LSK at this moment. And there it is, it's Pizarro. And it's 3-1. And LSK, is that now 2 wins in a row for them? Oh no, they lost last time. It's 2 wins in 3 for LSK, the bottom club. Absolute scenes in the Super League, and deserving as well. I mean, we've got wow, I will take this, some result that. Didn't see this result coming. Superb by LSK. What a win, says Alex. Los Santos are never dead. Well, no, I can't see if you're going to sit on the keyboard. Huge result this for LSK. Late charge from LSK. And Hopkins in. Coupon buster, says Bull. Absolutely. A look over Montero's, but just didn't improve. A couple of the ratings slightly, but too many 6s. If you look at these bottom 3, the attacking trio just did not work for Bern tonight. Maybe there's just a little bit of doubt and vulnerability in this Northern Bern Galacticos. Sancte Badgers up next. Sancte go back to the potato peeler formation, but different players available for it, including the returning Sol Campbell, who partners Yapstam in defence, and Zagi partners Owen up top again, with Archie back in behind. As for Badgers, they dropped Saviola. Zizi Roberts comes back in. They changed something else as well. I don't think it was personnel though. Okaronko and Klompe swapped sides on the graphic this time round. So they swapped sides in the formation. As I said, Saviola dropping to the bench. Pippo back, need him tonight indeed. Let's have your score predictions in the chat then as we kick off game number 3. And this game is massive. If the Sloths Foss Road game just whet the appetite for those in the top 6 and chasing pack, whoever drops points here, pressure is on. And the pressure is on early for Badgers. Steve predicting 2-2. Oh, and Desai's been sent off. He got angry. He's been sent off. And now they're a goal down and a man down. Unreal. Badgers falling apart at the worst possible moment. Alex suggesting Badgers going to smash this one free. Well, it'll be spectacular if they do that now, because they are down to 10 men. Duggan saying no changes for him, no worries. And Tato wants the arrows off the DMCs and to roll. Let's do that. 10 minutes to go before half time. Badgers actually look slightly better since going down to 10 men. And 2 late penalty claims for Sancte, neither of them given by everyone's favourite, Boyd McGregor. Actually, I wrote that. I wrote that before the red card. And Tato saying he never beats this man. It's not looking likely the way the stats are looking. Being outperformed, they're being outmanned. And Sancte very much the dominant side here. Back-to-back pen shouts. It was indeed. Let's just have a... Why not? We've got time. Let's have a look at what actually went on here. So it was all in added on time. On the volley back shot, it went clean over the bar. Owen fed free to Inzaghi, who stretched to reach the pass. Had to find a way past Okoronkwo. It was a perfectly timed tackle, so he turned the appeal down. The other one must have been just slightly before. Where's the other one? This kept going. I can't see the second one. There was definitely 2 penalty claims in there. I don't know where the other one is. But there was definitely 2. I saw 2. Sancte then. Let's see what's going on there. Solid ratings. And Jaap Stam, absolutely dominant in this game with a 9 rating at the break. Back and Inzaghi, the only players not on a 7 or higher. Ambrosini and Finnan are in the book. Nobody below 92% in condition, it would appear. As for Badgers, God, they're having rancid-looking ratings there. They've got 2 players on a 7. Everyone else is 6 or 5. Okoronkwo in the book. Obviously, Desai being sent off. Not nice reading at all. Duggan has gone as is. You feel Tato may have to do something here because there's not even much to encourage that it'll improve in that second half. See what Tato wants to do. Okay, and here is the instructions. So we're moving Simeone to MC, centralised bot. No arrows on either. Nicky Ferenko off for Saviola. And that's it, no worries. Let's see if these alterations help Potato Mourinho. It's a quick start by the away side. Rossini, they get a corner. And there is the goal. Saviola levels things up. It is 1 apiece as we tick over the hour. Stroke of genius from the manager. This is why he's paid the big money for and why he will be such a big loss come the end of the season. Looking at the home side first, Jaap Stam, still the standout player. He's on a 9. A couple of 8s. Mostly 7s, no additions to the disciplinary book. Condition-wise, nothing to worry about. Duggan is going as is again. He believes his side can hang on, or better, I should say, because it's 1 apiece. As for Badgers, they've looked good since coming back out at half-time. Ratings seem to improve, although Zizi Roberts still on a 6. Nicky Butt surprisingly on a 6 as well. Again, no one else has been added to the referee's notebook. And we all know that Tato thinks condition is a myth anyway, so this screen is irrelevant. We're having an alteration. Zizi Roberts is coming off for Agahawa, but we're leaving him up front. No problem at all. Is the Badger going to outfox his opposition into final 10? Oh, and there was a glorious chance for the 10 men. And they've done it. It's Simeone. Have they won it? Oh, and Saviola's gone off injured. Prepare Ashley live. He may swap in with Giggs potentially if he wants to. Oh, excuse me. Just wait confirmation. I actually think Tater will leave this as it is. Live it is. Take his arrow off though. No problem. Duggan already congratulating his counterpart before the final whistle goes. How are they going to equalise? Oh, Toldo with a dramatic save just at the end. And Badgers have held on for a 2-1 win. They were a man down, they were a goal down, but they were never out. And Tato has got a masterful 3 points, in which Martin called a tactical innovation masterclass. Yeah, Stan picks up man of the match. His rating did drop to an 8, however. Back in Zaggy, just ineffective. Rox is here. Even Rox, who said a hell of a result that. As for Badgers, an awful lot going on. Alex saying played Tater. Solid ratings throughout. I think Tater could be quite happy with what he's seen there. Congratulations to the Badgers. Big result after what happened to them in the last game as well. I don't think I've seen Jens yet, so let's carry on and go to Fulchester, who are away to Dudley Hill. Their only change, Lucio back in for Materazzi. Everything else remains the same. They take on Dudley Hill, who do change things up. They go with the 5 across the middle formation against Fulchester this evening. Rustico and Terry at the back. Keane running straight into the back of Comandini with Joe Cole behind him as well. So again, final predictions through for me, please, as we kick off Dudley Hill versus Fulchester. Fulchester 11 looks bob on, says Alex, but it's the Dudley Hill 11 that are 1-0 up. And now Captain David Beckham has gone off injured. That means he's going to leave it with me because he's on public transport somewhere. Steve loves this formation. Right, okay. Maka is an innovator, so let's go ahead of his time. We'll put Robin out wide and Romario can play there. I think that's kind of what Maka would do, I imagine. And we all know how much Robin loves it out on the right. Let's resume. Steve will be fucking fuming now if Robin goes and gets a hat-trick from that right-hand side. Fulchester had a spell, but Dudley right back on top of them again. Dominant side going into the break. Yellow card. And it is 2, and it's Joe Cole. 5 years Fulchester assistant usually goes well. The one time it happened before. There's no stopping Dudley Hill when they're in this mood, though, and they look right up for it today. 2-0 at the break and leading in all of the key performance areas. Superb stuff. And Steve is very happy with what he's seen in that first half. Looking at that side then, we've got 9 Soroczynski and for Contra. Terry Volodenkov in the book. A couple of 6s there as well. Conditional wise, nothing really that stands out as a problem. Everyone well above 90. So nothing for Steve to worry about. Maka didn't leave me any instructions to go 3 up top or anything this time, but another side really struggling with absolutely rancid looking ratings. Maka will not like the look of that when he watches this one back. Stigo has his till 60, and with no sign of Maka to do anything, I will leave his as it is and carry on. Katuso with the first chance of the half, but doesn't convert. Not much other action to talk about as we get to the tactical break. Still be delighted with what he's seen. He's saying this formation creates chances for days. We are roughly at the halfway stage of games, I think. This is game 3, if not 4. I've lost where we are already. But just a reminder that there is no Super League action on Sunday. If the situation changes and there's an opportunity for maybe a later kickoff, I'll let you know. But at this point in time, there is no show on Sunday. Salas for Keane, 2 up top. Salas on the left, please. No worries. What's a De Boer? F or R? What? Oh, time for De Boer. Time for De Boer. Oh, I see. Okay, sorry. Yeah. Miles away. I missed the earlier comment in the chat. For the benefit of Maka, when he watches this back, here's the ratings. Gattuso still struggling, although his name did seem to crop up a bit more during that second half. No conditional issues to worry about. Steve's going for goals. Will he get a third? Ronaldo's got one back. And now Terry's off injured. And suddenly, I don't think Steve will be quite as chipper in the chat. 2-1, 6 minutes to go. John Terry's just gone off injured. Could Dudley Hill fall apart in this game? I've brought Malevsky on ready. I'll just wait for confirmation that that's what Steve wants to do. No, we don't do tactical changes with the injuries. You can alter your players around, but you can't move their positions still. You know this. You've been in the league long enough. Right, we're going with this time. I'm going to slow this one down just to see if Fulchester can do something here. Although it might be irrelevant. Oh, now Gattuso manages to pick up phrase save. Stico, Decor. Throw in, 3 minutes being added on. Into those 3 now. Vogel. Of all the players. Lucio. Anelka over the bar. And that should be just about enough. Or is there one last chance? Surely not. Anelka. Free kick awarded. Ronaldo. Robin. Still Robin. But the referee blows the whistle. And Dudley Hill escape. Fulchester will be fuming that the referee's blown there. Absolutely fuming. They were on the attack, and I got the feeling that they were going to score. Maka is going to be calling corruption. Cosmin Contra picks up man of the match. 10 out of 10 performance for him. Nobody that started the game for Dudley below a 7. Steve says, twitching at the end, but dominant. Silly changes from him. And for Fulchester, it just pretty much stayed the same throughout. They looked much more in it, but performance levels wise, it didn't really change. We're going to Haggis versus Stackington left. That was the halfway point. We've got 3 games to go. So for the away team, another slight tactical tweak, but pretty much what you'd expect from Stackington. They start the day in 12th, so we don't have to scroll down to get them anymore. 5 points outside the playoffs at the start of the night. If they could just put a couple more results together, people might actually start to talk about Ross doing what seemed just a few weeks ago the impossible. As for Haggis, whose manager lost access to his phone again and therefore can't get into to X on the Haggis account and is having to message me from his personal. As mine says, Shay given mom incoming. Veron takes... Oh, no. What have I done there? There we go. I have stopped. Hang on. Apologies. Wrong button. They have given Veron the captain's armband, and Zenden starts on left wing. Everything else from memory remains the same. So, game number 4, Haggis versus Stackington. Big game this. Let's see. And Stackington have scored early and it's sand. Well. Who would have thought it? And they come looking for a second. Do they dare against the former champions? Haggis looking dangerous towards the end of this half. Failing to convert. Oh, and so nearly a chance to go 2 up before the break. But at half-time, Stackington do lead 1-0 thanks to Ebby Sand's goal in 11 minutes. They have had more chances. And all headers Haggis are dominating, but everything else very equal. Cuenca put in a 5. When you compare that to Veron's 9, he is loving life today. But the goalkeeper just having a bit of a problem. Kinnell indeed, Mike. Kinnell indeed. As for Stackington, only Chris Perry on a 6, everyone else 7 or above. And no one in the book. I think Stackington might go as is. I'm pretty sure I've seen both managers in the chat, so let's see what either of them want to do. Swap strikers, mate, no problem. As is, please, Fifey and Bobbit, no problem at all. Let's go to 60. Haggis are pushing forward. Do Stackington have the resolve to hang on? Do they have the audacity? They do have the audacity to go 2 up. Well, Mr. Campbell, what have you got in you now? Because Stackington are 2 up on the former champions away from home. What a result this could be. Still a 5 for the goalkeeper. Everything else, not too bad. No one in the book. No conditional issues either. As for Stackington, Chris Perry remains on a 6. Takanadi drops to a 6. But the crucial thing is the Amoroso goal puts them 2 up away from home. Ebby San, the only player in the referee's book. And nothing to worry about in terms of condition. Huge moment this for both managers, but also in the league as a whole for game week 20. And it is Campbell who blinks first. So he says 3 up top, Veron to MC, keeper off as well. Something a bit like that, Ian? Swap the strikers back. going to tamper with that, as is pleased, says Ross. No worries. Del Vecchio left striker centre. Like that. Centralise the DMs. Like that. Get the feeling Saeed might get an arrow, but I'll wait to find out. Just waiting for the final confirmations. Arrow on Veron to AM and arrow on Saeed. There we go, no problem. Ross will be a real danger next season if this is too late for him to make a move. Lovely. Wow, this promises to be an interesting half an hour of in-game action. And Del Vecchio straight away responds with a goal. It's 1-2. Oh, but nearly restoring the 2-goal lead with Stackington. Into the final 10. Oh, Stackington nearly get a third again. And again. Lots of opportunities being wasted here. They want a penalty. They got the penalty and they've won it. Cole has won it for Stackington from the spot. 3-1 to the away side. Wow, 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 wow. Wow. Huge result. And deserved too for the away team looking at those stats. Jens, what did you miss? Fosro drew with Sloths, Badgers, with a man less, beat Sancte. Dudley Hill have beaten Fulchester, and you've tuned in to see Stackington beat Haggis. Tonight has gone well for the Badger boys, says Tato. Pelazzoli has come on 61 minutes and got man of the match. Unbelievable. Oh, wow. Not one of these Stackington players has earned themselves man of the match despite playing 90 minutes. Pelazzoli's come in for half an hour and got it himself. Well done to Stackington. Commiserations to Haggis. So, penultimate game of the evening. East Coast entertaining Stanley. Stanley have taken Robbie Savage out of the equation, which has seen Seedorf move forward to the midfield right centre position, and Medina come in at defensive mid. I believe that was the only changes. As for Coast, they changed their tactic up again, as you can see here, to a much more familiar looking Super League formation. Kovalchuk moving out to left wing back is the interesting one. But this front, or say this diamond here, of Hussein at tip, Ferguson at the base, Ronaldinho and Shevchenko in the middle, does look very, very promising indeed. So as I kick off our penultimate game, do as again, fire your predictions in. Some early action and an early goal. Peter Sand opens the scoring for Stanley. Wow, what a night this could be. Hussein levels things up on 16 minutes. Coast not hanging about. Half an hour gone on the clock. Still one apiece. Yellow card handed out. 4 minutes being added on at the end of the first half. And nearly retaking the lead on the whistle, but it was wasted opportunity. So one apiece, same amount of attempts. Very even looking game this actually, although Stanley could do with improving their tackles slightly. Looking first at the East Coast performance. Mixed bag. The goal scorer Dario Hussein getting an 8. A couple of 6s, mostly 7s. Oh, God, I can't stop yawning. I apologise. As for Stanley, no one above a 7 Nicholas Medina on a 5. Maybe a harsh 5, actually, looking at that a little bit harsh. Dimble says roll to 60, no worries. So we'll just wait for what Stanley wants to do in this situation. Mike also going okay to 60, so let's do that. And it's Barry Ferguson who gives Coast the lead. So a bit later in this game, 67 on the clock. East Coast have come from behind to now lead. Will Dimble trust this 11 to see him through is the question. Emiliano not on a 7 or higher. Kovalchuk, you can move his position, but you won't reduce his performance levels. He's on a 9 rating. Dimble saying no changes for me. Medina on a 5 still. João Pinto struggling a little bit in that critical AM position. They've still got Sonny Hermitage on yellow. Conditional wise, nobody below 87. Very, very interested to see what Mike does here. So again, reminder, there is a poll out on our social media at the moment. If you would like to help shape the future of what the Super League looks like, please head that way, but not until you've heard the latest edition of Late Limbs, available on Spotify and YouTube. Alex suggesting in the chat, missing Savage. The other news was that at this moment in time, there is no show scheduled for Sunday. And of course, I should just say again while we wait confirmation. Fucking cat. Does anyone want a cat, by the way? Again, if you could go to justgiving/CMO102, it'll either be Smuts or Unicorns. If you are able to give anything towards his charitable efforts, 2,000 keep-ups in February. Well done to him. Medina off for Mido. Mido to AMC. Pinto off for Janino, also at AMC. No worries at all. Let's see how this one plays out then. Can Stanley level up this time the way that Coast did? Janino goes in the book. Oh, and Coast nearly had it wrapped up. And it's David from distance who levels things up for the away team. Surely they're not going to go and win it here. There's no way. They have! It's Sigalko in injury time. Well. Stanley were ahead, Coast level. Coast were ahead, Stanley level. And then Stanley win it in the 87th minute. Unreal from Stanley. The team that were tipped by so many to finish bottom, very, very much in the discussion for top 6. Pretty even game. Yeah, take this as an excellent game. I'm glad to agree. Looking at the Coast ratings, to be fair, they look fine. No real issues with how Dimble's side's played there at all. Looking at the Stanley ratings, Maxim Sigalko, the match winner, has got man of the match. Huge result that. Great game from both sides. Congratulations to Stanley. Commiserations, Coast. Fed up of those even games, of losing those even games even. Try and read what's going on. Final game of the night then. We go to top of the table Vikings, who are travelling to the Exiles, who have just got themselves back in the conversation. Nedved straight swap with Sokoviak, the only change for the Vikings. And no changes at all for Exiles, who continue with the free up top formation. Figo and Zambrotta supplying the width. Final game of the night then. Last call for predictions, please, as we kick off. Exiles hosting Vikings, who are wearing their chain strip. I'm not really sure why they're wearing their chain strip, because the black would have been absolutely fine against the purple. But there we go. Who am I to question a 20-year-old game? It's Paulinho Santos from distance who gives his side the lead. And oh no, Cafu is crocked again. Wow. Wow, Jens will be hoping that isn't a long one. He's not been back that long from his last injury. Is this the end of Cafu? Tato is a big fan of this Vikings away kit. Yeah, no worries. I figured that would be the case. Koviak coming on. Will there be a second goal before the break? We're heading towards it. We're in injury time even. And halftime comes 1-0 to the home team. Fairly even game so far. No, although headers, Vikings absolutely smashing it aerially. From an Exiles perspective then, what's going on? It's all 7s with the exception of Tomasi on an 8. And they have 3 players currently listed rating 6s. Rocks going as is. As for Jens' side, some low numbers in terms of touches of the ball, in my opinion at least. Loads of 6s as well. Wilfred Boehmer on a 5. Very, very rare you see that. Steve saying that massive list. Every game, every goal, every result in the Super League is massive. Here is the changes then. Move the wing backs up to midfield. With short arrows, no worries. Trying to push their hosts back. Let's see if it works. And we pause the game on 60 minutes with the away team about to have an indirect free kick. But we start with Rox's side. 6s, 7s and 8s dotted throughout. Conditional wise, no real issues. There's every chance that Rox is going to trust his 11 here to see him through. Sorpieri and Crespo, no worries. As for Vikings, Jeremy's on a 5. Balmer still on a 5. Poor performances really from Vikings, not at the levels you'd expect at all. No conditional issues, and Rio Ferdinand, the only player in the book. Final game of the evening. Right, here we go. We have changes. Toe Madeira for Paredes. And up front, please. Fiero Central. No worries. Let's resume. Looks like I was wondering who Antonio Lopez was. Half an hour then of our final game. As we tick over into the hour mark of this stream, let's see what is going to happen. Exiles nearly grabbing a second 20 minutes now to play. Still looks like Exiles are the better side here. They want a penalty. They get the penalty. And they've scored the penalty. And surely that is it. That is game, set, and match. Or is it? Brozek, oh, it's been ruled out. It was ruled out. And Exiles win 2-0. It wasn't exactly a Super League classic, but it is a great result for Exiles nonetheless. And the young player of the month gets the man of the match and essentially match-winning goal. Mike saying good night for roses and badges. Indeed, it was. Vikings just not up to their usual standard. Jeremy's dropping to a 4. Baumer dropping to a 4. Emerson 3. What on earth is this nonsense? Well, well, well. So the classified results then: Dudley Hill 2, Fulchester 1, East Coast 2, Stanley 3, Exiles 2, Vikings 0, Foss Road 1, Sloths 1, Haggis 1, Stackington 3, LSK 3, Northern Burn 1, Sancte 1, Badgers 2. The worst player to ever get a man of the match in Super League, probably. 3s and 4s. I've never seen an outfield player get a 3 and not been sent off. There you go. That's left the league table looking like this. Vikings top 42. Badgers second 34. Burn 33. Haggis 31. Stanley 30. Sancte 30. That makes up your top 6. Then below the dotted line, Exiles 28. Coast 27. Sloths 27. Foss 25. Dudley 25. Stackington 25. And then cut well adrift. Fulchester 17. And could LSK save themselves from the basement door? LSK now just 2 points behind Fulchester. They are a win away from being off the bottom. Wow, wow, wow. So the next round of fixtures, which is likely to be this time next week, pending any further update. Badgers, LSK, massive. Exiles, East Coast, even bigger. Northern Burn, Foss Road, huge game. Sloths, Dudley Hill, massive game. Stackington Sancte is huge. Stanley Haggis, wow. Every game is absolutely massive. Vikings Fulchester, arguably the least important of all the games, and yet Vikings have just lost, and Fulchester need a result to guarantee themselves not being bottom at the end of game week 21. Wow, wow, wow. Thank you for Smuts who popped on for the first 30 seconds or whatever it was. Thank you all for joining in the chat. And thanks for taking your time to listen to Limbs and casting your vote. And anyone who also donated to Smuts, a massive round of applause. And on his behalf, thank you as well. Packs be out possibly tomorrow. Until next time, goodbye.